So today I'm with James. James, how old are you?
71.
James, how long have you been homeless here in Phoenix?
Off and on for 5 years.
And when did you start using blues?
Oh, I would say 5 years ago.
So 5 years ago, what happened to cause you to use blues?
My sister kicked me out on the street when my father died, and she took my inheritance.
Wow. So sometimes families is the one that harms you the most sometimes, huh?
Sometimes.
And these pills, how have they affected your life? I see you're confined to a wheelchair. Is that you're having problems with your leg, or?
My hips, they need to be replaced.
Okay. And do the pills kind of numb the pain, or?
It takes the edge off.
Okay.
I'm in a 10-level pain 24/7.
And how many pills do you need to consume per day?
It all depends on my body. I've consumed as many as 25 in a day down to 2 in a day.
It just varies how you're feeling that day.
Yes.
There's people that have done 150 in one day. Do you think that's possible?
Yes.
Just different tolerance levels and whatnot.
I could easily do 150 in a day. It's the amount of money that you have in which to purchase the pills.
The people that have told me, they do the 100 or 150, they're like, I only stopped at 100 or 150 because I didn't have more money to do 200. So
that's reasonable, because the pills are not, as our pharmacies have a regulation on how they're made and what ingredients go in and at what levels they go in. The quality control is serious here in the U.S. The quality control on the blues or pills, there is no quality control. You may get one that kills you, and you may smoke 150 and it does hardly anything to you at all.
Yep. You're absolutely correct on that. And do you know where these pills are made, where they come from?
Why, they're starting to make them all over the place because fentanyl is so cheap. They mostly come from Mexico, I believe, but they're starting to be made in the U.S. So I couldn't pinpoint a place anywhere in the world that they're made, other than they started, I believe, in Mexico.
Right. Yeah, you're correct. According to the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, Mexican cartels were buying the chemicals from China and making them out there in the desert jungles of Mexico, and kind of just smuggling the pills over here into the U.S. by the ton load every single day. That's why these pills, when I started doing this 2 years ago, the cheapest for a pill was $5, and today, some people are paying 50 cents, $1, $2.
When I first started, they were $10.
Yeah. Do you see
and
the trend?
There are a dozen states that sell them for $30.
Right. So the further east you go, or away from the supply, which Phoenix is like the hub, the supply central, right, for the rest of the nation. This further away you go from Phoenix, the price increases because the risk of driving them out there increases.
Yes and no. They don't all come from Arizona. Okay? I mean, you have California hubs, you have Pennsylvania, you have Florida, you have New York. They come from all over. It's so cheap to make these pills. They are in 0.001 as a cost to make a pill, so selling them for 50 cents a piece is making 500 times, 5,000 times the the cost to manufacture them.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, you're right. It's very, very cheap to make them, and the profits are insane, and that's why they're able to afford to lower the prices to get a lot of people hooked, basically, right?
My company has its thought on the whole selling drugs routine, and we spend most of our time trying to arrest people instead of teaching people how to stay alive. I used to be a heroin addict and stopped doing that when my boys picked it up. And they were men at the time, and I said, I can't stop you from doing these things, but I can teach you how not to die from these things. That would be the most stupidest thing in the entire world, is to die from an entertainment drug.
What's the biggest difference between H and these blues?
H lasts longer. It happens to be more expensive, and I don't know why. It's just as easy to make as the fentanyl. I guess because fentanyl is cheaper to buy.
Okay. And would you say there's such a thing as generational curse? You mentioned you started with the H, and now your sons.
Absolutely. You can't find H anywhere around.
Okay.
Okay? And pills you can find anywhere you want to.
Right. So generational curse, like it started with you, and then your sons. Do you think their children will be susceptible to addiction?
Probably, just because genetically there's only a specific drug that I am attracted to. Okay? And I'm not attracted to any of the others. The others don't bother me. They don't addict me. They don't cause me any problems. So I would say that all of my sons did opiates, and I assume that their sons will be attracted, and I hope that they don't do opiates. Just like some people don't smoke cigarettes. And I smoked cigarettes, and my father quit at 40 years old, and he died at 95.
Some people are going to ask if you receive SSI, Social Security. Do you seek help from like shelters or like the resources that the state provides, or do you just choose to remain out here because some of those services like have rules, right? No drug use. They have rules, right? What are your thoughts on that?
I make enough money that actually on the 25th of this month, I go into an apartment and set up. I'm an artist, and I set up my Patron of the Arts app there at the new place I'm going to be living, and aggressively pursue getting my hips replaced. Once I have no pain, I have no need. That's my circumstance.
It all starts with the hip pain?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it actually all started with, I had a construction company.
Okay.
And I could not work. The pain was so bad that I had to find something to allow me to work. I'm a workaholic.
Okay.
I go 24/7. And finding something to allow me to work was everything to me. I started at 45 years old, not at 13 or 15.
Okay. 45 years old, and you're 70 what now? 71. What does your future look like? You just mentioned you're about to get an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the state helping you?
I'm renting a room from a lady.
Okay, so that's on your own. You're getting a room. Got it. That's awesome. Okay, so with the apartment, the room, and somewhere to live, and you're gonna aggressively look for somewhere to help you with your hip replacement.
Yes.
What then?
Yes, the VA will help me with the hip replacement. I am going here in the next few days to the methadone clinic, so I no longer need the pain reduction that the pills give me.
You're a veteran,
Yes.
so thank you for your service. Okay, I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
I wish you weren't out here.
I do too.
Yeah, but we all have different circumstances that we have to struggle through, right? So James, I want to say thank you very much for talking to me. I appreciate you sharing your story. It's good to get perspective from everyone that's out here, so we can kind of understand why people are out here, right? So I'm gonna hand you a couple boxes of Narcan.
Okay.
You're very familiar with Narcan, right?
Yes.
Some Narcan, and you know how to use them. You know what they're for. And you can use them for yourself or for some buddies out here, right?
I've never OD'd in my life, and neither have any of my sons because of what I taught them.
Wow.
Like I say, it's up to the government, whoever is in charge, to teach people how to stay alive, not put them in jail. Okay? And somebody 13 damn sure shouldn't be using the pills because they have no idea of the consequences.
You don't believe in incarceration for addiction?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Not even slightly.
Got it. Okay. So just addiction. People battling addiction should be like in rehabilitation, or?
Yes, taught how not to die until they themselves decide that that's not the kind of life that they want to live.
Got it. Okay. James, I'm gonna hand you my card with my number on it, so you can call me if you ever need a writer treatment or somebody to talk to. Okay. So
Okay.
Please stay safe, take care of yourself, and be well. Okay.
You got it.